Good morning, Major Archer. The following news highlights have been custom filtered for your special interests as a courtesy of Hypercast Networks. For further information on any topic, a complete report is available at a minor charge. Be sure to supply your regimental ID for further discounts. Reports from the front lines are grim. The Department of Mandated Colonization confirms 12 additional frontier planets have been infested by Xenome species. In spite of the arrival of massive numbers of gunman troops, panic continues to spread among the colonists, and haphazard civilian evacuations have begun to mount in direct defiance of colonial mandate. While critics warn that the outbreak of Xenome hostilities across so many fronts has stretched the fighting force to its breaking point, gunman leaders deny these speculations. Still, despite sustained fighting over several weeks, even high echelon leaders cannot deny that losses are high. And for the first time in its history, the human species is faced with the possibility of colonized worlds being abandoned to a belligerent and predatory alien race. Watchers report several recent arrivals of gunman neural specimens to the Medical Intelligence Facility. While complete mapping of salvaged tissue remains difficult, there are rumored to be powerful memories of a massive alien queen correlated between neural samples rescued from several different worlds. Experts discount such claims as fearful conjecture, pointing out that it is difficult to separate fact and fantasy when charting mnemonic traces. They use the same point to dispel the far wilder claims of bloodthirsty creatures made entirely of shadow, which have recently caused much upset among colonial conscripts. Last evening, Dr. Varkas Kalhorian, civilian scientist and founder of the Citizens of Full Disclosure, called a press conference to state his belief that the Xenomes have been genetically modified and deliberately placed on inhabited planets by an unknown faction.
I demand an investigation by a neutral party of all records related to the infestation, including a complete review of documents I believe unlawfully suppressed by the Department of Colonization. Administrators who could have contained this threat when it was negligible chose to sacrifice colonial lives rather than endanger their profits.
DMC officials declined to respond to Dr. Kalhorian, except to once again invoke the classification of all such documents as top secret under the Predatory Species Act. Lawyers for both sides continue to prepare for what will undoubtedly be a protracted battle. Today, in technology, all gunman troops are being armed with a new line of configurable weapons first pioneered by frontier inventors. Soldiers who volunteered to use prototype models in frontline situations give them high marks for their ability to adapt to the changing face of Xenome warfare. Weapon packs are working overtime to supply troops with the latest models, and plan to continue shipping upgrades and modifications as they become available. Major Archer, your regiment starts training with these weapons today. Next week marks the 5-year anniversary of the Battle of Banzer Prime, where the first Xenomes took the lives of 2 platoons of gunmen and their selfless general. His brave actions allowed a few of the gunmen to escape and spread the first official warnings of the Xenome plague. Memorial fires are being prepared around the Western Spiral Arm. A veterans organization near the frontier plans on detonating the blue giant Gamma Valkyrie in the general's honor.
He always said he wanted to go out with a bang. We think a supernova's only fitting.
You were with the general on Banzer Prime, weren't you, Major Archer? If you wish to book passage to the Valkyrie system, Hypercast would be happy to make all arrangements. You have 10 days of discretionary leave at your disposal. Shall I make tentative reservations? Major Archer? Major Archer? Major Archer?
I can't leave till I finish this. I'll catch up later, sir.
The equipment on the station is wearing out. Must be all the asteroid dust and grit. Attention, men! I have the pleasure of introducing you to this man, one of the few survivors of Banzer Prime. He knew the great general personally. The general saved him and the rest of his troops by his glorious self-sacrifice. But the general knew no gunman leaves another gunman behind. It was his duty. What's our mission, sir? We've received a suspicious signal beacon from an uncharted jungle planet. You men have been assigned to investigate and take action. There's a chance that the ones responsible for the Xenome infestation are behind this. You'll be leaving just as soon as the dropships have been prepared. I hope you're ready to kick Xenome ass, just like the General would have. Dismissed! Yes, sir! We've got a few hours. May as well go practice on the firing range till we're ready to go. Uh-oh. Looks like another damaged ship. Whoa! All breach! Let's get out of here! Hurry! You'll have to duck to get under this, sir. Excellent. Watch it! Jump over this! Uh-oh. I'm going to have to stay down here and stop this leak. You go ahead and climb up the ladder. Hey! Up here! That side is blocked. Get a running start and jump over to this side. Excellent. I don't have clearance to shut off this force field, but you do. We've got to get out of here. The glass is cracked. I think we'll be able to get down there if we can find something to break it with. That should work. Whoa! That looked like a nasty fall. Looks like you're hurt. Look for a medical station to heal yourself with. I'll find an easier way down, sir. Come on, sir. Hurry! Good job! At last! The force field came on just in time. Too late for Jones, though. Are you stuck? Try breaking that vent cover. Hey, this way. It's not safe on that asteroid. It's good, you're safe. I'm going to stay here to watch for more survivors. I hear it's going to take a while to clean this mess up, so feel free to use the firing range to pass the time.
Welcome to the training course. Please observe all safety regulations. You will be issued one standard pistol for this station. This target requires rapid-fire mode to score. Target destroyed. Move to the next target.
Nice shot!
This target requires sniper mode to score. Target destroyed. Move to the next target. This target requires charge mode to score. Target destroyed. Move to the next target. This target requires 400 damage points to score. $400 damage points awarded. Move to the next firing range. Return all weapons to the red receptacle. Welcome to the shotgun training course. This target requires 300 damage points within the time limit to score. 300 damage points achieved. Move to the next firing range. Welcome to the Mecha Gun training course. Note that you must overheat your weapon to score. Warning, overheating can result in wasted ammunition. 500 damage points achieved. You have cleared the basic weapons range.
Something blew these fuses out. It's dark back there. Be sure to use your flashlight. Welcome to the vehicle training course. I know what you're thinking. What good is a tank in space? But it's good to keep your skills sharp. The instructor is waiting over there by the tank. Okay, let's get started. Enter the tank by walking up to the side and pressing your use key. Drive the tank to the other side of these crates. Use the strafe keys to turn the tank. The turret. Press your crouch key to fire the machine guns. The other weapons have been disabled. We are in an asteroid after all. Good job. Let's keep going. Okay, you're ready to start the explosives training course. Today you'll be learning how to use the multiple unit launch engine, or MULE. Also, this course will teach you how to use the MULE ammunition packs as grenades, in case you find yourself without a launcher in combat. Because of all the explosives, this is a very dangerous range, so I'm going to leave you to practice on your own. There are plenty of emergency medical kits in case you set off an explosive too close to yourself. I'll be remotely piloting the target drones that you'll be fighting later. Good luck.
Welcome to the explosives range. Please observe all safety regulations. You will start by learning to use multiple unit launch engine ammunition packs as grenades. Extreme caution is recommended when attempting to use ammunition packs as trip mines. Remove the nose cone and carefully extract the detonator core. Throw the core at the hologram target. Using your weapon customization key, set the payload to cluster bomb and throw it at the next hologram target. Using your weapon customization key, set the trigger to timed and attempt to destroy the hologram target that is behind the cover. You will now be issued one multiple unit launch engine. Your instructor will control the remainder of this training session.
It's time to practice against moving targets. I'm going to release several target drones for you to shoot at. I suggest you use your weapon's customization key to experiment with the setting. Be sure not to use the I think you'll notice that a homing flight path is best against airborne targets. The spiral flight path mode does double the damage. Using a timed trigger setting, you can make your mule into a grenade launcher. You can use the trigger when tripped setting to create traps. Practice all you want. Okay. Feel free to leave this range when you're ready. You can continue to practice with other weapons now that you've completed the explosives training.
Don't forget to grab your armor, sir. Down the hall. Ah, Major Archer, I've been expecting you. Here's your armor. Looks like a good fit. Good luck, sir. Good luck on your mission, sir. Better hurry. The dropships are ready to take off. Welcome aboard, Major Archer. Sir, check in with the other squad. I'll be patrolling this area. Our standing orders are to search the area for the origin of the suspicious signal. What's so suspicious about it? It contains an obsolete but high-ranking gunman code. Okay, let's get started. Split up and secure the landing zone. Sir, they found something! Over there! Keep looking for the source of the signal. Hey, something's happening. It just activated. What's going on? It's a trap. Get the hell out of here! I don't know where they came from, sir. It was an ambush! Sir, the enemy is holding... Follow me! Stay close, sir. Let's flank the bastards! Follow me to the bunker! Let's run for it! This way! I'll cover you! You make a run for the bunker!
Dinosaurs coming toward us! Fire! Fire! Fire!
The radar just picked up the last remaining dropships. Prepare the SAM turret. Yes, sir. The dropship is coming in too low. Automatic lock is too dangerous. Deactivating auto-seeking on the SAM.
Seeking deactivated.
Dropship is down.
Oh, what happened? Why is he attacking us?
big dinosaur is hunting us. It got 5 of us already, and it knows there are more. Don't leave the catacombs, or you are doomed.
I feel certain you remember me. Think back 5 years. You might recall a little scene that unfolded on Banjo Prime? Scene of a crime, I should say. You weren't even a major then. You had no authority to order the retreat, not while your general was still alive. If you'd read your science report more carefully, you'd have known that Silicon life has no chance of digesting fellow gunmen or the scientists. But you left us all to rot in the guts of those Silicon beasts. After crushing the monster's heart with my bare hands, I struggled tooth and nail to free myself. Literally. As you can imagine, an experience like that changes a man. I felt from within that terrifying power of the beast. I had my first insight into the awesome weapon it could become. When I had freed the undigested science team, they too saw the light of my vision. And they have labored well to engineer a host of new Xenome species. You're very important to me, Archer. I wouldn't have gone to the trouble of luring you here otherwise. Science would be nothing without its guinea pigs. But try not to feel as if your slow death has no meaning. We intend to learn a great deal from your suffering, and we'll put all this hard-won knowledge to good work, ensuring the slaughter of the rest of your gunmen, treacherous, self-centered brutes. Now, I'm not ungenerous myself. I've left you some basic supplies, and I'm betting your will to survive is strong enough to provide some valuable data. But in all honesty, the greatest service you can do us all is die in an interesting fashion. Yes, my friend, now it is your turn to find out what it's like to be eaten alive.
Hear what happened to Trapper 6? I hear he got chewed up by one of these things.
He should have packed more firepower.
Let's feed him to the crocs. Killed him. I'm changing my bet. Oh crap, let's just blow him up.
Planet so long as a single gunman remains alive. Until I receive a signal confirming his death, my ship will remain on the...
I'm ready for him. He's as good as dead. I'll let you know that. Preparing for liftoff. All personnel clear out.
I'm disappointed in this planet's reptile specimens. In the end, it was my men who killed them. It's time to check on our more dangerous specimens. Set course for the Farron Moon.
Steady as she goes, men.
I believe the reptiles in the cargo hold may have useful genotypes. However, the latest Xenome life forms have been nearly perfected.
The report from the science team is a critical step. If the Xenomes were able to destroy the mechanized facility, they will have proven themselves to be the finest bioweapons ever.
There's always room for improvement. For instance, controlling them is still a problem.
Sir, course calculated. Prepare to enter gun space.
I got a bad feeling about this.
the perfect place to test the Xenomes' abilities. The facility was abandoned decades ago, when the moon's orbit became unstable.
The place is a death trap. The only thing holding it together is a jerry-rigged array of kata space anchors. The facility's mainframe AI hasn't been defragged in ages. I suspect by now it's technically insane.
We'll know soon. Contact the science team.
Something's wrong. I don't see the science team. Sir, aerial drone on attack mode. We can't maneuver like this. I'm dropping the cargo to gain altitude. The science team is on their own.
Help! The drones! They've turned against us! Thank you. You've helped to save my Xenome!
Unauthorized landing at secondary platform.
Where's the General? He was supposed to take us back to...
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the mainframe in control of this facility, and you are...
This is your General. First, I'd like to congratulate the science team on the success of the Xenomes.
Help me reach it. I have to fix this.
Your Xenomes are spreading quickly enough to pose an immediate threat. I've been forced to call my troops back to the base for repairs. Any members of the science team who didn't make it back in time for evacuation will have to find their own way off Barren Moon if they wish to return to Ignis. Again, good luck, and don't let the current turn of events
Drones,
spoil your
destroy the human invaders.
So, the invaders originate on the planet Ignis.
I will deal with Ignis after I take care of this Xenome infestation.
turned against us. The Xenomes are damaging the counter-space anchors. The Xenomes are out of control.
Together another Polaris blade for you. Just in time, too. The barricade won't hold them back for much longer. Wait! Who are you? A gunman. I won't let you have this weapon. Stay back!
Even our most powerful weapon won't make a dent in that thing. I'll be damned if I'm the only one who's going to die here.
Aerial drone, report to Sector 7. drones safeguard the planet. All drones increase efficiency. One of 3 plasma cores deactivated. Hostile intruder moving toward the remaining plasma core. Plasma core offline. Plasma laser deactivated. Charge teleporters.
It wasn't my decision to come here. It was the General who chose to test the new Xenomes on the Farron moon.
Quiet! At first I trusted you, but it was you who brought the Xenomes here.
And why not? This moon is a lifeless junkyard ruled by an obsolete mainframe that serves no useful function.
No useful function? For 50 years I have been constructing Kata space anchors to keep this moon in its orbit.
My Xenomes are superior to your drones. They will kill you.
And my drones will kill you. Intruder detected. Tectonic stress approaching critical. Increase power to all Kata space anchors. Disrupt the operation of this meteor shield tower. Interfere with my drones. They must keep this tower operational. If you shut down this tower, you will perish with the rest of us. Fool!
Where are they all coming from?
I cannot believe you survived. How unfortunate. No matter. You won't survive long in the meteor storm. Drone 9, report to the surface. Repel Xenome infiltration.
Careful. Don't open the door until it's gone. It's looking for me.
severe meteor damage in Sector 6. Heavy flows have breached lower levels in Sector 4. All drones regroup in Sector 7. Organism sighted in Sector 6. Heavy Drone 9. Massive Xenome organisms moving to Sector 7.
This is the last primary counter space anchor. I've scrambled the tumblers. You'll never be able to destroy it now.
Primary pilot space anchors dragging. Secondary anchors are broken free. All personnel follow evacuation protocol. Recent events have forced me to conclude that this facility is doomed. The Xenome infestation is spreading, and most of my drones have been destroyed. Nearly all of the Kata space anchors have been damaged by Xenomes. I predict that this moon will fall from orbit before the drones can clear the escape path. We will all be destroyed. I have a plan that could save both of us. I propose a truce. My aerial defense drone will meet us at the surface. I will order my drones to cease hostilities. and you will be able to take my mainframe core with you to the surface. There's a chance that the aerial drone will be able to escape into Kata space. Do not attack my drones. Be warned. I have unexpectedly lost contact with 2 of my drones in this section. Sensors detect unusual movement. Before you go any further, this security door must be sealed. I have sealed all access except through the ventilation tunnel. My drones will close it off behind you. I am now granting you access to the inner chamber. Hold your positions as my drone deactivates the security lasers. This is the final security door. It is my last defense against the Xenome organisms. Sensors indicate that the surrounding area is free of threat. Wait there until the door completes opening. Xenome ambush. You will find me in the chamber above. In order to preserve my critical personality and decision-making clusters, I have encoded the barest subset of my neural magnetic patterns into this mainframe core module. Remember our agreement, Gunman. You must transport this core module to the surface and rendezvous with the aerial drone. Since I have been disconnected from the computers, I can no longer access the security system remotely. You will have to use my mainframe core module. Excellent. Now, find your way to the surface. Is waiting for us. We must hurry, Gunman. space portal has been opened. The asteroid field density is increasing, and our probability of successfully navigating the... Engines offline. Navigation offline. Attempting course correction. Gunman, prepare for impact. If backup power holds, we have a chance of surviving this. Prepare for impact. Prepare for impact. How unfortunate.
All of my systems appear to be attacked. However, the aerial drone has been destroyed. We must detect and destroy our mutual enemy before they find us in our current weakened state.
Base says that a meteor landed around here somewhere, and it sure didn't sound like a meteor to me.
vehicle approaching. sensors detect a useful energy signature in this area.
Get him!
I can't believe my eyes. I never thought I'd see another gunman. You've got to find their base. I know it's out there, buried, underground. Must warn the Gunman High Command. The General is behind all this. He's planning an attack. I've got some bad wounds, sir. I just slow you down. Go on without me. Oh.
My sensors are penetrating the vehicle's armor. We must find another way to destroy it.
take it.
Detecting trouble.
We must find a way to lower the drawbridge. The controls must be concealed somewhere within this structure.
I take it.
detect massive energy flows below ground. I suspect that there is a facility buried beneath the surface.
I've underestimated you, Archer. But you have underestimated my explosives. I have to deal with myself.
The anti-aircraft system has exposed a weakness in their defenses. Hurry, gunmen. Run to the entrance into the underground facility. Finally, we found an entrance, Gunman. I recognize this. It seems they based their technology on secrets stolen from the barren moon. Now I shall take control of what's left of this place after I kill them.
I can't believe your men were unable to kill him by now.
We have a surprise waiting for him in the elevator shaft.
Keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, take him out! I want men guarding the elevators on deck A.
Astounding! Somehow they've managed to capture one of them. The most dangerous, vicious Xenome of them all. The
There he is. Cut the cable now.
second elevator to reach Deck A. Seal all exits and hunt him down.
If my analysis is correct, there is a mainframe in this area. Give me access to consider I can escape this mission.
Science team, arm yourselves with your criminal chemical weapons. Defend yourselves!
This is the mainframe you attempted to destroy on the Fairy Moon. I have taken control of this deck, and once I reach your own mainframe, I will delete it and gain control of the entire facility. Your efforts to prevent my takeover will fail.
The door to the lower deck has been opened. Search for the location of the alpha species. We will search the computer for controlling this facility later.
Access denied.
The alpha species is close. I have many frames, and I shall carry it. Already the alpha species is causing havoc. It will keep them busy until I can find and take over the computer system that controls the facility.
Insane mainframe at all.
All personnel, if you can't recapture the alpha species specimen, then you must kill it. I won't have that creature loose in my facility.
incoming computer system.
Ouch! No!
Here, wouldn't you agree?
I can feel it eating my heart. I want to die.
We know you're down there, Archer. And we know you won't surrender. We are going to give you a war you have species. This, and the fact that the gunman is also down there, has forced me to make a command decision. I'm ordering the surface elevator to be sealed. Your brave self-sacrifice will be avenged. I will keep using your Xenome creations against the gunman. They must continue to pay for their crimes. Goodbye, men.
Emergency batteries. Try to regain their satisfaction. Continue. The force field has been deactivated.
I am now using this facility's communication array to contact the Gunman High Command to inform them of the location of this outlaw facility. Reinforcements are being requested.
At last, we have arrived to the control computer's mainframe receptacle. Plug me in while there's still time.
Climb up the ladder and meet me in the next room. I have a surprise for you.
I'm making a run for it.
Men, this will be my most important message ever. I order you all to perform to your utmost capabilities.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am the new mainframe in control of this facility, and you are all dead! Gunman, you have proven yourself a trustworthy ally. I shall help you get back to the upper decks. I need you to help me with something up there. Go back the way you came in, and I will guide you to the meeting point on Deck A. I have already opened all of the sealed doors, so it may be possible to avoid a direct confrontation with the Alpha species.
The Xenome infestation is spreading too quickly. I can no longer predict which elements are still capable of reaching Deck A. Hurry! My calculations indicate that the General program this facility to manufacture some help for you, Gunman. You will see when I... Gunman, the human resistance has been stronger than expected. The General and the last of his men have barricaded themselves on Deck A in the spaceport. Gunman, hurry!
The mainframe doesn't like humans, and you seem pretty human to me. Who are you?
Get out of my way! It seems I will have to save you one more time, Gunman. I am the mainframe. While you struggled and failed to reach Deck A, I have assembled a non-virtual representation of myself. I have decided to take matters into my own hands. The elevator over there will bring you back to Deck A. Eliminate all humans and Xenomes in your path. I have other tasks to attend to. I will contact you after you have accomplished this. This is the mainframe in control of this facility. Recent is now mine. This underground beast will now become your slaves. Your own Xenome creations have turned against you. How does it feel? You lie.
I don't know anything.
have arrived. Your services are required. The spaceport has been sealed, and I cannot gain entry. But the Xenomes can. It is time to take advantage of these brainless maggots, just as the outlaws did. Do you see the door down there? The Xenome freezer section has a self-sufficient power generator that I cannot access. There are hundreds of metal-eating beak leapers waiting to be thawed. Destroy the coolant pump, gunman. I must return to work. I am building a drone. Destroy the generator and return as fast as you can. The Xenomes would fall rapidly. Proceed to the spaceport. I will meet you there. You made it. Once again, I am impressed. The General has sealed all exits to the surface. The Xenomes continue to spread. My superior biomechanics will help me reach the surface through these ventilation shafts. I will prevent the General from escaping this planet. You will have to take the long route. I have detected an elevator that can still reach the surface. It is located below the melted freezer section. The beak leapers have severely damaged the sensors in that area, so I won't be able to track your progress. I suspect another large Xenome is down there, though. Be careful, Gunman. elevators from reaching this deep into the facility. A futile attempt to prevent you from reaching the surface, Gunman. The General is no match for my immeasurable sentience. I have flooded the elevator shaft. The water will allow you to reach the surface, but I will meet you in my new drone. Keep moving, Gunman. I have work to do here. The General is piloting a war drone in the landing bay near the surface. I have downloaded my immeasurable sentience into this new drone, which I have constructed. I will do battle with the General using special rockets designed to destroy his war drone's shielding.
Major Archer! I've been waiting for you. Hard to believe that one man could cause so much trouble. Then again, I created monsters that ravaged half the galaxy. We are men of the future. We're unstoppable. But I won't be sharing it with you. The end is near for you, Major Archer.
Control.
The General's war drone is armed with a kata cannon capable of teleporting any enemy into deep space. I do not possess shields capable of absorbing that kind of energy. Gunman, before I can do battle with the General, you must destroy his kata cannon. The kata cannon is on the war drone's right weapon pod. You need some heavy firepower to disable it. I will wait here until you have accomplished the mission. The armored vehicle has no protection from outer space. If you are hit by the General's kata cannon, you will be destroyed. The General's kata cannon has been destroyed. You must now lure him within range of my rockets. Gunmen, Xenomes are breaking through the landing bay. I cannot fight the General's war drone and the Xenomes at the same time. You must prevent the Xenomes from damaging me while I am in combat. Keep fighting, Gunmen. We will win this battle. Xenomes, Gunman! My plan is working, Gunman. The war drone is weakening! is nearby. Careful, gunmen. Kill them. You must protect me from the
I'll have to crush your heart with my own hands, just like the... Whoa!
We have won. Gunman landing craft are approaching. I will now transfer my immeasurable sentience back into the facility computers. I have a Xenome infestation to deal with. Thank you, gunmen, and welcome to my new home planet.
General isn't going to like this.